How's it going everyone, it's Vivi, and let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. This time, let's go over my list of top 10 moments in Kingdom Hearts 3. Let's go! Number 10. Yen Sid apparently knows how to stand on 2 feet. The shock on my face when this scene happened. Yen Sid finally decides to move his bum from his chair. I wasn't waiting for Yen Sid to show up, I'm not even kidding. I thought it'd be someone else or something else, but it was him, standing on 2 feet. That alone, folks, I decided to put him at number 10. This old man who's been sitting in his chair for years, standing up. Please tell me I'm not the only one who was shocked by the scene. Okay, just so we are on the same page, yes, he did stand up in the series, but what I mean technically is he's standing up and helping everyone. He's on the field, in action. Please tell me I'm not the only one who was shocked by this. Number 9, Sully and Vanitas. I had to mention this one for sure. People of the meme culture use the term yeet. This scene, guys, okay. It starts off pretty dramatic, Vanitas wanting to join with Ven, who was residing in Sora. All that music in the background and all that. And then we get Mr. Sully in the back grab Vanitas and throws him in a door. Then they make sure doorception happens. I still wonder how he got out. I mean, Vanitas uses corridors of darkness, of course he would find a way out. But seeing a Kingdom Hearts character being tossed like that by a Disney, well, Pixar character, I mean, it's epic. I love seeing scenes where Disney characters are heavily involved with Kingdom Hearts characters, other than, of course, Sora, Donald, and Goofy. So with that, let's move on to number 8. This one, Woody giving young Xehanort a life lesson. The way he talks back to Xehanort in this scene, Woody, you sir are a legend. He really doesn't give two schnitzels about what this gray-haired dude is saying. And I absolutely loved that. Whatever you're saying, I don't care. Am I the only one who laughed at that scene? I'm pretty sure you all did, okay? And what I love about this scene, Woody says something about love. How Xehanort has never been loved by anyone. Oof. Young Xehanort, he doesn't care, he doesn't show expression, but that's an internal burn right there. And you do realize that Woody is telling the truth, being boss, talking back to Xehanort that way. Scenes like these, they try and make you want to give slight sympathy to these bad guys. There's another scene about sympathy. You'll see later. Like, yes, young Xehanort, he's a bad guy and all that, but the terms Woody was using, I mean, it makes you think, like, yeah, he's right. Like, Xehanort is all alone and all that, always following the darkness and all. And by the way, the whole theme of hearts within toys is something I absolutely adored in this scene. This scene also makes us wonder about the whole friendship between young Xehanort and Ericus. The whole theme of love and friendship being brought up by Woody. I wonder if young Xehanort in this scene was thinking back to his friendship he had with Ericus when they were younger. Seeing as how he has no emotion whatsoever, it feels as if he accepted this fate, to no longer have friendship with Ericus. Unless, of course, he was just hiding all of his emotions deep down. But that's something I was wondering. Or, you know, darkness, coming into contact with it for years, you just forget about humanity. A little note, you might be wondering why I put these scenes so high up on the list. I know these are pretty epic moments in Kingdom Hearts 3, but the way my list was made, well, I went with the idea that we start off with the most comedic parts and then move on to most dramatic scenes we were all anticipating. Although these are high up on the list, yes, these are pretty funny scenes. Great scenes, actually. Number 7, The Light of the Past. This scene was foreshadowed with young Xehanort playing chess. Just the music that starts playing in the background and Ephemera showing up? The Lights of the Past got me thinking. If Ephemera was there, I mean he's from the past, it seems he unfortunately, okay, I'm going to like the whole Union Cross territory right now, please bear with me. Unfortunately, he did not make it to the present Birth by Sleep timeline. Remember, if you've been keeping up to date with Union Cross, Ventus was part of the new 5 Union leaders, and he made it to the Birth by Sleep timeline. Ephemera was part of that gang, so what happened to him? Seeing him, light from the past, I guess he didn't make it and just lost his life. Also, this scene with Larxene, Luxord, and Demyx, Xemnas was hinting at those 3 being part of Union Cross, which we are yet to see. Also, let's not forget the epic moment, Sora surfing on a bunch of Keyblades from the past. The names you see on screen, well, that was part of a Union Cross event, having the chance for your name to appear in Cage 3. 6. Final Trinity with Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Alright, be honest here, okay? Who thought they died here? I mean, come on now, they even put the sound effect of when you lose. I was like, oh man, come on, I made it this far and I lose? But no, it was actually done on purpose. I got very surprised and confused. Maybe you missed it, but Donald and Goofy call out to Sora through your controller. Very nice detail they added. Maybe that's something you couldn't hear, maybe you were playing with headphones or something. But yeah, you could hear sounds from your controller. And this final moment right here, these three, gave you that, we're here, we made it after our long journey. We made it, we're about to deal with Xehanort once and for all. 5. Aqua saved by Sora. The moment darkness leaves Aqua's body, you get a sigh of relief like, ugh, she's been through a lot, finally. But then she falls back. Fortunately, Sora was in the picture. Aqua finally gets back to the realm of light. This is something a lot of us were anticipating. She wakes up on Destiny Islands. She's been through so much ordeal that she thought that Destiny Islands was in the darkness. Returning to light, that idea to her seemed impossible. Riku assures she's in the realm of light. Her reaction, she gets all teary-eyed. I got to. I cry too, okay? So yes, this scene had to be brought up for sure. 4. Xemnas and Ansem's exit lines. These two scenes are another example of trying to make you have sympathy for bad guys. Ansem goes all like, what an adventure we had. The fact Riku tells him, it feels like I'm gonna miss you, it hits you hard. Or maybe not that hard, but it hits you in a way. Ansem was part of Riku. He outgrew Ansem. He's gained strength by doing so. Ansem even points out your strength is vaster than darkness. These words coming out of Ansem's mouth. Wow. He mentions betrayal, okay? I take it it's the other members he's talking about, like Vexen, who's a pretty good example. Ansem was tied to Master Xehanort's replica plan. And the fact he tells Sora it's time to move on? Oof, that one got me. Xemnas even. Don't get me started. Right in the feels, this one. I know he's a bad guy, but oof. Sora tells him, I know you have a heart, but what do you feel? He feels emptiness. He tells them, I took everyone for granted. Oof. Surge of emotion. Chills. Guys, chills. Words like these coming out of Xemnas. Everything he's done in the series, manipulating people into thinking they'd get their own heart by following Organization 13? A heart is just pain. Like, yes, he was trying to create an artificial Kingdom Hearts in Kingdom Hearts 2, which to me seemed like a plan B. If you've been paying close attention to the series, that's what it felt like to me. You know, the whole Kingdom Hearts artificial thing? Using that to find worthy vessels. To use these people. But at the same time, knowing that Xemnas was fearing a heart, how he didn't want to deal with that kind of emotion, very surprising. And then he goes on to say, it must take incredible strength to deal with that. He was avoiding that. Xemnas, out of all people. This scene to me was a huge revelation, and I loved it. 3. Wayfinder Trio Reunion. Of course the reunions would be close to number 1. These scenes were anticipated, right? You've played Birth by Sleep. You've played P58 over 2 days. For sure we're waiting for these scenes to happen. Terra finally rescued. Not to mention he's been within the Guardian. Old theory people would talk about. About the lingering will. How he just went completely absent? We don't know what happened to him? Well, I believe he probably merged back with the Guardian. That's what allowed the Guardian to have control. In other words, Terra to finally remove that cloth and speak. That's how he gained motion. That's how he was able to finally control himself, because his mind, the lingering will, merged back with his heart, which was within the Guardian. And of course, seeing them all cry like that, reunited after all these years, is pretty self-explanatory of how I felt during this scene. Number 2, the epilogue. Ugh, okay, where do I start? This one is something, alright? Foretellers show up. I was like, okay, I had no idea this would happen. How even the heck did they show up? Is the first question that popped into my head. How are these guys in the Keyblade Graveyard? How? Is it because Kingdom Hearts got summoned? Was it due to that power? And then boom! Mr. Bragg Xigbar, who if you go back and watch cutscenes in the series, you think to yourself, oh, it makes sense now. Everything he's been saying, the way he's been talking throughout the whole series, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. He's been Lushu for some good time now. He's been switching vessels until he'd reached this point. That's some dedication right there. These foretellers, they seem to be part of the new 7 Darknesses looking at the new chess scene. Ava seems to be missing. Many of us believe that Ava could potentially be Girl X Lee and Aiza brought up in Kingdom Hearts 3. If it's not Ava, then it's Scald. That's my idea, okay? Scald being the girl who was part of the new 5 Union leaders from Union Cross. The black-haired girl. And number 1. I feel like this is a lot of people's number 1. I could be wrong, but to me this was my biggest anticipated scene in Kingdom Hearts 3 personally. Seeing Xion reunited with Roxas and Lee, what a surge of emotion. And as a bonus, to make it even harder for you, way before this scene happens, we have Lee remember Xion, after what Kairi told Lee. The same words Xion told Lee in the past. Don't hold back. He sees a figure and then he sheds a tear. Scenes like these, I'm like, Nomura, what are you doing? Why? Why do this? Why? When Sora, Roxas says Xion, yes, that's Roxas' voice you hear in this scene. That's when y'all started shedding a tear. Don't lie to me. Her memories started to flood back. She had a hard time controlling herself after hearing Roxas' voice. She gets pushed on Sora by Xemnas, and I think that's when her heart returned. We don't see it, but to me, that's what I imagined. And yes, Nomura did say Xion's part will get explained better via DLC. And Nomura thought that people would understand how her heart returned. But yeah, he's planning to explain it eventually. Maybe part of the Remind DLC. Oh, and yes, Roxas coming back also deserves some attention. That was pretty epic, especially the music in the background. The other promise sounding more epic heroic in the back. Very nice. Oh, and the part that hit me the most is seeing Xion cry, coming closer to the group, and then, you know, a hug happens. Did I cry? Yes. Anywho, yes, I gave you guys my top 10 list, but there are still some honorable mentions. The secret ending. There isn't much to say apart from visuals, of course, but you know. Seeing the Master of Masters, yes, that's the Master of Masters confirmed by Nomura. With that out of the way, seeing the building from Shibuya, the numbered building, I thought to myself, oh, Shibuya's coming back. And yes, it is coming back, but it's not the Shibuya you're thinking of. It's a different Shibuya. Not the Shibuya Sora made a promise to the gang in Dream Drop Distance, not that one. But it is Shibuya. And yes, folks, I am aware that's Yozora, the character from a video game within Toy Box, who seems to be an actual character in a world line, it seems. Yes, world line is apparently a new term in Kingdom Hearts. Not to forget, yes, there is a sequence where it sounds like Somnus is playing in the background. Nomura is not subtle at all. Second one would be Donald's Zeta Flair. He uses this non-elemental dark magic to incinerate Terranort. The term Flair has been known in the Final Fantasy series. Strongest spell, in terms of Flair, we've seen in Final Fantasy. We had Giga Flare and Terra Flare exclusively from the Behemoth. Zeta Flare, mathematically speaking, it's 10 to the power of 21. Terra being 10 to the power of 12, Giga being 10 to the power of 9. Technically, yes, I understand, cutscene attacks, you can't really compare them to actual gameplay because of the stats of the characters. But in terms of power, if we leave it basic, Zeta Flare is the strongest spell to never have been cast until Kingdom Hearts 3 Donald Duck happened. And the fact he was able to focus all of that power into one beam to completely turn Terranort into dust. Was this Square Enix's way to get back to fans, you know, about the whole joke of Donald not healing? Like, oh, Donald never healed in Kingdom Hearts 2 because he was conserving his power. You know, to cast Zeta Flare eventually. I mean, who knows what Square Enix was thinking about, but Donald Duck using Zeta Flare? Like, dang. Don't make this duck angry, folks. And lastly, the final world. From visuals to the background music to the actual hearts you talk to, well, listen to, technically, it really gets ya. There's one, I believe is death when giving birth to a child. If you weren't careful in Kingdom Hearts 3, you could have missed these hearts. But yeah, it was pretty intense stuff, this part. But anyways, guys, this is it for the video. As usual, do your stuff, comments or anything or questions, or maybe leave your own top, let's say 5 favorite moments in Kingdom Hearts 3. I'll let you do your stuff, alright? So as usual, I've been Vivi, thank you for watching, and until next time.